All right. It's another fantastic, amazing Monday afternoon over here in Nigeria. And I'm sure that you guys are all ready and set for this beautiful afternoon's session. A happy new month to everyone from here. We're just going to take a few minutes. All right. I understand that we have a couple more people that should be joining us shortly. All right. So we'll just take a few minutes, 1 or 2 minutes, to just wait for them to join us. Rashid Chacha, fantastic. Good to have you here. Feels well. It's lovely having you here too. Caleb, it's good to see you. It's good to see you. Happy new month. Let's just have a few more guys join us and then we move. All right. Tessin, happy new month. Brian, happy new month. From Kenya, fantastic, Brian. It's lovely having you. So, all right, guys, you already probably know how we run it on sessions like this. All right. First of all, we start with the majors. Euro USD, USD, AUD USD, right? And once we're done with the majors, we end up flowing into the other pairs based on your request, right? Based on your request. So it's the same template we're going to be following today. All right, and I want you guys to sit back and enjoy every bit of what we're going to be doing here. Of course, we're going to be doing it together, right? We'll be doing it together. So believe in saving all funds. I know that you want me to analyze gold, all right, but the way we do things here, and that is to humbly, add a please. All right, you want me to check gold? You say please take a look at gold. All right. Uh, telling me to work on gold. I'm not the market. I do not determine what happens in the market. All right. All I can do is give you my own interpretation of whatever is going on the charts at the moment. Amotai, welcome, welcome, welcome. Nando, my very good friend. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Simeon from Nigeria. Good afternoon. Ibrahim. Good afternoon. Opes Capital Trades. Good afternoon. Fantastic, fantastic. All right. So, without further ado, guys and ladies, peradventure, welcome to another weekly market review session. Let's dig into the charts right away. So, this is the daily time frame chart of Euro USD. All right. And if you're familiar with what we usually do on sessions like this, usually begin from the daily time frames, mark out our pivot zones. And we will mark out our pivot zones on the daily time frame. We go to the lower time frames and then give flesh to zones where we're expecting um, entries from based on other block principles, all right, or other block techniques. All right, so this is Euro USD daily time frame. Go over to the line charts, find out our pivot zones. Let me zoom in a bit. All right, that looks like a very interesting one. We have something here too. Yeah, but I wouldn't be rushing that. So let's go back to the candlestick chart, go to the 4 hours, and we flesh out whether or not there are other blocks around those pivot regions that we already plotted. Okay. But this particular region, I'm not sure that there's a possibility of an entry. Just going to take out this particular one. All right. So this particular region, we're not going to be working with that, then I think we can just do. This is my Fibonacci. Usually 7688 are my areas of entry, right? And that there's a nice supply zone here as well. Okay, so what's my sentiment on Euro USD? This is it. Right, we're gonna get a temporary push up from USD, right, to get us into that supply zone. And then from that supply zone, I expect or I anticipate that from there we're gonna get rejections, all right, and that rejection is bring price all the way back down, right, to sweep, um, take out the sell side, the buy side liquidity, the sell side liquidity rather, the liquidity resting down here, right, the liquidity resting down here. So it goes up to the supply zone and then comes all the way down to sweep this previous low. All right, then we can determine what next price is going to do after that. Right? Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Good, good. All right, so this is GBP USD. Right, we'll go to daily time frame. Hold on, I'm trying to. Okay, right, GBP, JPY, NZD, USD, gold. All right, guys, just hold on. Okay, once I'm done with the majors, we're gonna come back here. We're gonna start to look at the ones that you guys have, you know, have dropped. Okay, so please, I know you have a lot of requests, but please, can you hold on so that once I'm done with the majors, I can come over here and then treat those ones so that we do not get distracted. All right. And like I've said a couple of times, for those of you who may, after my sessions, have questions about, oh, how do I do this? How do I find my pivot zones and things like that? All right. How do I get to find my entries and confirmations and all of that? Always mention that Adetola Freeman on Instagram. You can reach out to me. I'll provide you um, you know as much support as I'm able to provide. All right, provided that you are an FPS customer. All right, so if you're an FPS customer, trust me, will definitely get my attention any day, anytime, any day, anytime. As long as I'm available online, of course, because sometimes life gets the better of us. So having said that, so we're going to come over here, all right, and talk about your request in a few minutes, all right. But please let me get done with the request that the majors. Sorry. So this is GBP USD daily time frame. We go to line chart, so we can find our pivot regions. Let's zoom in a bit. All right, that looks like a nice done. All right, let's go to our candlestick chart. Oh, beautiful, 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 beautiful. On the candlestick chart, you can see there was a break of structure here, right? Okay, so you can see that the rejection already begun, all right, from around the 88.76 region. And so my expectation on GBP USD would be that we continue with this flow, all right, most likely. Yeah, that will most likely continue this way. But also understanding that the market can also sometimes be tricky. All right, since this is going to be like my first um, expectation, then I'm going to have a backup plan. All right, which will be somewhere around 1.26984. Okay, I'm going to have my backup plan around that region so that I can, be entered for the sale. All right, because my sentiment on this commodity USD is totally bearish at the moment. All right, pending the time that price takes out this previous highs. All right, then we can start to consider, oh, is it going to drop from here? Are we going to get a rejection from this supply zone? Or is price coming all the way to this point? All right, so those are some of the valid questions that I would have, right, if and only if price decides to take out this previous high, right, which I don't see happening from, at least from where I stand at the moment. I don't see that happening anytime soon, because you would see that this was a QMR pattern, right? This was a QMR pattern. Price took out this previous high, right? Replicated that high, and came to break structure at this low, right? Broke structure at this low. So this was a move to retest that supply zone QMR, which will level up and complete the QMR. So we're still bearish, right? At least all the way back to here. For me, I think GBP USD is still bearish all the way down till we get here. Right? Is that good? Are we clear? All right. Just let me know in the comment section. Are you guys clear with that? Are we good with the GBP USD analysis, please? Let me just have your comments and then we can proceed. All right, beautiful. That works for me. That works for me. So let's move on. We're going to look at AUD USD now. All right, we'll start from the daily time frame, go to our line chart. So that's my pivot zone on the daily time frame. We'll come to the 4 hours time frame. Then here we can begin to break down the price action a bit more. Hold on. All right, let me use this opportunity to quickly teach you guys something that I think is going to be very crucial, very important, all right, in your trading journey. I know a lot of you see me draw trend lines, all right, and you probably don't understand why I pick my trend lines from the highs or lows that I pick my trend lines from, all right. So I'm going to use this opportunity to quickly explain the the rationale behind drawing trend lines, right? So first of all, when you're drawing trend lines or when you're plotting trend lines, you want to ensure that you're plotting your trend lines from highs or lows that broke structure, all right? From highs or lows that were powerful enough, all right, to initiate or to cause a break of structure, all right? So you're looking for a high that gave enough momentum that swept the previous low, or you're looking for a low that gave enough momentum to break above the previous high. All right, so it is those kind of highs and lows that you use for plotting your trend lines. All right, we get that now. So you discover that, for example, this first high that I use for plotting my trend line, right? If I zoom in, you would see that that high gave us some really nice break structure, right? As you can see from here, all right, and then you see that this second high also broke structure, right? Broke structure quite cleanly, all right. So that's why I'm using those two eyes. All right. And right now we're just expecting that next time price returns to that trend line, all right, which is going to be the third test of the trend line. Okay, we can anticipate that there's going to be some quality movement because we're drawing the trend line based on highs and lows that already gave very good. right? So that's one way to improve the quality of your trend lines, all right, so that you're drawing stronger trend lines and not trend lines that get broken all the time. Are we good with that? Are we good with that? Let me know, please, so that I can move on. Moyins out costing. Thank you, folks. Thank you so much for the kind words. Thank you. Are we clear about the trend line thing now? All right, Owusu, thank you for that. Thank you for that. So I think that the trend line then is good enough. If you're not clear about the trend line, then it means that you're probably a beginner. All right. So please and please and please, um, you know, take a beginners program. All right. The FBS website has so many insightful articles and content for beginners. All right, that can help you be a better trader. Okay. So let's work with that. I haven't given the entries yet, so hold on. So AUD USD, this is the daily time frame. We've plotted our pivot zone. All right. Now we can come to the 4 hours time frame and then plot our other blocks. This was our initial supply order block. All right. And I still think that that's where price is going to try to retest. Better still, we can see this already looks very much like a QMR pattern. Yeah, so that already looks like a QMR pattern. You see that the buy side was swept, the sell side was swept, and then price returned to this as our supply zone. All right, so that would be my trade option one. All right, then my backup entry would be somewhere around here. Right, which would be from the rejection of the trend line. That would be my own backup entry. Can we get that, please, on AUD USD? Okay, okay, okay. Beautiful. Let me have more comments from you guys. Let me have more activity from you guys. And we can proceed to the other ones. All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Yeah. So let's move on to the very next one. So we've done GBP USD, we've done Euro USD, we've done AUD USD, and now we're going over to gold. All right. I know you guys always have pants in a knot when it comes to gold because everybody loves gold, but nobody loves getting beat out or getting bested on gold. I'm gonna do my best to give you give you a very good analytic perspective, at least from my own end, right? That should help you, make good trading decisions. That's the pivot zone I think I would want to work with, right? And on the candlestick side, we can see that this is a fantastic and huge, right? Really huge fair value gap, right? This was a huge fair value gap. We see that after the break of structure, right? After the break of structure, price retraced to fill up that fair value gap, right? So in this scenario, or in the case, on this case, let me see a time frame. Okay, good. So in this case, I think I'm going to use this to mark out my entry zone. Yeah, that's my option one. I predict that price might want to use this as an inducement region, all right, as an area of inducement, which means that price would sweep it and then instantly, the reaction downwards. I suspect, all right, that for gold is going to try to make this move, all right, something like this. That's my option B, all right. But for my option one, we'll go back to the 1 hour time frame and then look closely at where price is at the moment. You see that price, right? You can see swept above the previous high, okay, and here we can see price also swept below the recent low, right? So now remember that we've talked about this a couple of times already, all right, which is what we call a QMR pattern. So this, all right, we've seen the buy side swept, all right, we've seen the sell side swept. All that we are waiting for, or all that we needed to see, was the retest, right? And this is the retest already. We can see that this is the Fibonacci, right? At 76, 88% entry criteria is also very much on point, all right? So my option one for gold, remember the sell, the bias is still a sell, right? That's still my sentiment on gold. It's still bearish, all right? And I think you can juxtapose that, or you can verify that from the daily time frame and the weekly time frame, right? It's very, I can almost say it's crystal clear, right? Why that's my, right? But for the sake of where we are at the moment, that's price, just sells from here, right? Or, it goes the longer way out, right? It goes the longer way around. But this is my, in fact, if you see on the 4 hours time frame, let me zoom in so you see what I'm talking about. You can see that this was a very wicked, right? And by wicked, I mean it's a weak rejection, all right, from the 88% of the Fibonacci. So this for me is already a rejection candlestick pattern. So option one could play out, right? And option two could play out much later during the week, right? Just before the non-farm payrolls, right? So keep your fingers crossed. We're all here together. We're all going to be observing how this plays out in the nearest future. And you guys already know that I will be here to serve you hot on Friday during the NFP because we're going to be catching live trade ideas. All right. We're going to be trading live together on Friday for the NFP. So, guys, join me. So, that is for gold. All right. Don't I think gold will first of all sweep the Asian lows now? Of course, it's very likely to do that. All right, like I said, I have two entry options. One is to enter right now from that 4 hour time frame other block. All right, and then the second one will be later, more much later during the week after price might have retested, taken out the inducement. All right, and then retested the higher supply zone, and then we can go out an entry from that region. Right. How long do I come live per week? Usually I come live every Mondays. All right, and when probably there's CPI, there's NFP, whatever other news event, I also come live. Right, But that doesn't mean I'm only alive once, twice a week. Right? I'm very alive the rest of the week. But our live sessions. Okay? And I'm just trying to clarify because some people might think that a bot that they keep on the charging box every other time. Right? That's just to lighten the atmosphere. Okay, so guys, we're gonna go now to your requests, all right, because we've completed majors, all right, GBP, USD, Euro, USD, USD, and gold. All right, so now we're gonna go into your requests. All right, and I think that one of the few requests that I spotted earlier was GBP JPY. So we're gonna check GBP JPY and see what's going on from that side of the world. Okay, so first things first, we need to find out GBP JPY and all the JPY pairs are currently on a ramp. We need to find out where are they running to. If you're a Nigerian, I'm sure that you're familiar with that line. Where are you running to? Where are you running to? But if you're not Nigerian or you do not watch Nigerian skits, don't bother yourself, right? So one first of all find out where is GBP JPY running to, and you can see that on the monthly time frame, this fair value gap was what price needed to fill up, right? So immediately we had break of structure here, right? Immediately we had the break of structure here. You can see that price is currently doing everything in its capacity to completely recover this fair value gap and then come into this supply zone. So right now, what is my advice? Hold on GBP until it reaches the monthly time frame supply zone. And you can go to the daily time frame, 4 hours time frame, and then figure out an entry based on break of structure, break of trend line principle, all right, or any other entry criteria that works best for you. You get it? If you don't get it, then you forget about it. You're also not Nigerian or you do not watch Nigerian skits, that might be difficult for you to understand. Right? And this is my way of inviting you to come enjoy the fun that we have in Nigeria whenever you can, all right. Take Nigeria a visit, have fun, visit our parks. Be careful to go in parks though. The word is enough for the yeah, going on. I'm sure Nigerians on the call right now, on the stream right now, are going to be laughing their hearts out, but the word is enough for the wise man. Oh yes, Kwakwe Emmanuel. You can for those who are asking how many times I come live. All right, you can just turn on your notifications. All right, so that anytime I'm coming live, you definitely get to know. All right. Sales wells. Amen. 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 Thank you. Andrew, my social handles. Just go on Google, search Adetola Freeman. You're going to get access to my handles. Just ensure that you keep the conversation very professional. All right, and please have a social media handler. Ensure that you're also not wasting person's time as well. All right. On my social media team, just ensure you're not wasting their time. Go straight to the point. Don't say, "Oh, sir, I just wanted to say I." Please don't just say I. If you have a problem, reach out. But if you do not have a problem, tell me eyes whenever we are live like this. Nandom, you want us to take a look at USD JPY? We're going to do that. Galis, Wheezy, we already talked about gold. All right, you can find that if you just rewind a little bit. Um, Crypto Planetia, is there a correlation between XAU USD and XAG USD? Sometimes, all right, based on the fact that both of them have USD as the denominator, right? So, because they're both linked with USD, all right. So whenever USD is moving one way, it's going to have a ripple effect on the others. All right, Otto J. Martinez. How about DXY? I'm sorry, I do not have access to a DXY chart on my MetaTrader 5, so I would not be able to analyze DXY for you. And XAUUSDT, sorry, XAUUSDT and XAUUSD are very similar, so you can also rewind a bit and then see what that is. Yep, so let's all of that. We've analyzed gold, so that's done. So Nandom requested USD JPY, so let's do that as well. Right, this is USD JPY on the monthly time frame. That's it. Yeah, yeah. Found the supply zone. I found it. So prices, you can see that price already reacted from this supply zone, right? Which means that now price is most likely going to use this high as an inducement, all right? Sweep above it, okay, and then we'll what next. So monthly time frame, this is our supply zone, all right? I already marked it out between 7 and 182, all right? So we're going to wait for price to get into that region, all right? Which means that until price does that, we can literally just sit on our hands and then just wait for the best, okay? Because I think that USD JPY is still going to retain a very, very bullish outlook, at least for the time being, okay? So don't force trades, all right? Just allow the trades come to you naturally. All right, Otto Martinez wants us to take a look at USD card. All right, USD card daily time frame. First of all, we want to find out or figure out our pivot zone. We'll go to the line chart. And on the line chart, we're simply asking who stole the meat from the cooking pot. So we have our pivot zones from the daily time frame already, right on the line charts. Then we'll go lower time frames, and then we'll find the other block that price is most likely going to react from, right, on that basis. So let's go to the 4 hours time frame on the candlestick chart, and then try to figure out what price is doing. Okay, so we've gotten a sweep of here, this structure here, leaving us with this as our new high region. Are leaving us with that as a new supply as our new supply zone. And then for wisdom's sake, we can streamline this a bit more. Oh yeah, that fits perfect. Okay, so yeah, then we plot our Fibonacci to find this on the 6 region. Pretty good, pretty good. So this and then this. That's my first option on USD card, right? That's my option A on USD card. Then my option B would be from does the break of structure. Yeah, this would be my option two, right? But I think as far as I can see right now, option A is looking pretty righteous, right? So we're going to work with option one. Then if that setup fails from option one, then we can start to. All right, so sorry for the brief break in transmission. Yep, but I'm glad that you guys are here. Okay, Kudus Ajala, all last week analysis played out pretty well. Euro USD about 100 pips up, GBP USD, GBP USD about 60 pips as well. I'm in profit with proper risk management and patience. Thank you. All right, kudos Ajala, congratulations. I'm really glad to hear or to read your feedback. All right, that's really encouraging. So thank you so much for sharing that with me. All right, thank you so much for sharing that with me. Yep, so we're still on, we're still on, we're still on, we're still on. So for USD card, all right, I think that price is going to come into the 76.88 region and then jump. See that this was a consolidation that broke out of the consolidation channel. I expect that the lower trend line or the support trend line will get retested at a point where it intersects with Fibonacci regions and then the Fibonacci retracement level, and then from there, all L can break loose, all even. Okay, SOTA 4. Gold analysis, we already did that, so you might want to backtrack a bit. Crypto Planeteer, you're welcome, you're welcome. Teaching is what I love to do, and I love to have sessions like this with you guys because you guys are my best, best friend, right? You are my BFF, BF. But you are my FBF. Yeah, because this is FBS. You get it? All right, so let's go back to the chart. I'm certain that if I don't talk about US 30, Ibrahim Nasir is most likely going to kidnap me and keep me in a little box on a shelf and wake up in the morning and say, hey man, US 30. So, Ibrahim, we're going to do US 30 now, okay? We're going into US 30 right now. But let me just quickly respond to this inquiry from Planet here. How do I pick the pivots? All right, the way I pick my pivots from the line chart, all right, I'm typically looking for an area or a region of price, all right, or let's say a line, all right, where where price has retested a couple of times, all right, at least once or twice. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to check what you guys are saying on my phone, all right. Um, Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. I've been having to switch windows on my PC earlier, but I don't want to do that anymore. So I want to just use my phone to stay glued what we're doing here. All right. So that. All right. So crypto planet here. We're going to come into your question. All right, on how to pick the pivot points. But typically, what I do is I draw lines, horizontal lines around price regions on the higher time frame using a line chart. Right. So I'm looking at zones where price has formed curves, all right, or we touched it and got rejected, or we touched it, formed a peak, right, came back to break it. So those are the areas that I look out for my pivot zones. Okay, are we good? All right, so moving on, let's go to US 30. All right, we're going to talk about US 30 right now. Okay, beautiful. This is US 30 daily time frame. Right, price seems to have broken above the previous high before coming back to retest this demand zone. That's interesting, meaning that we had yep, we have this trend line to work with. All right, so for me, US 30 is still pretty much bullish. All right, still quite bullish. Let's see what the 4 hours time frame looks. All right, great. So for entries on US 30, right, I'm trying to figure out something on the 4 hours time frame for you. So this is the 4 hours trend line, and I think that we're going to get to see. Right, there's a likelihood that price tries to come back to take out this investment. All right, so that it can completely fill up the fair value gap. And once that happens, if that happens at all right, then you go for the skies. So we get it now. So just ensure that you always manage your risk appropriately. All right, do not over leverage and say, "Oh, I trust Freeman so much; it's been so good to me. I'm going to use all of my life savings and this particular trade idea." Please don't do that. Okay, don't do that. You're here for the long game. All right, you're not about to make $2 million on a single trade. So play the long game. All right, don't. I know you've seen that meme. All right, 100x full leverage, and then they later got good results. But life is not a cartoon. All right, it's not a meme. Please always, no matter how confident you are of your analysis, ensure that your risk management is also something you're confident about. So moving on. Let's have it. Let's have it. Let's have it. All right, moving on. Let me look for just one more commodity that we're going to analyze. And after that, it's going to be bye bye from me. All right, we've done GJ, we've done J, uh, all right, GBP that's the one I missed. GBP. So let's go right into GBP now with the vengeance of the spirit. Paco Emmanuel, you're welcome. You're welcome. That's what we do here at FPS. All right. Our focus is on ensuring that you're not only trading, but you're also, um, you know, equipped with all the tools that you need on profitable. Okay, so let's look for regions where we can. All right, that's GBP. We have a pivot zone. No, we do. You just go to the 4 hours time frame candlestick chart. I'm almost certain that this demand zone is going to get broken, but I'm almost certain that it's going to get swept because price has not gotten to its target on the daily time frame. All right. So my sentiment or my um, entry, all right, the first one would be to buy from here to here, all right, from based on that demand zone and the QMR pattern that presented itself, the fact that we've had inducements swept already. But the one I am going to be most likely waiting for is the test of the trend line and the demand of the, all right. So that is my focus. Imdad Ali, I'm sorry, I do not understand your language, right? I can't read. Right? So I'm sorry about that. Yeah, so guys, we've talked about so far GU, AU, gold. We've talked about um, GBP JPY, USD JPY, US 30. All right. So please and please, all of these are trade ideas that you can work with all through the week. All right. Get some amazing, amazing trade ideas from them and entries. And I want to assure you that if you follow these things, you're definitely, definitely going to have a profitable overall. All right. So, having said that, I want to say thank you so much, guys, for joining me once again today. It's another Monday market review session. The name remains Adetola Freeman, and as you know, I am your friend and host. Really honored to be, to be here with you guys. Thank you so much, and have a fantastic rest of the trading week. Happy New Month once again, and God bless you guys.